I wanted to come on here tonight to talk a little bit about how that the church has become too tolerant of evil. It seems like anymore that the church does not want to stand up against the evils in this world the way that it once did. And there's several reasons that I think that this is the case. And the first of which is the fact that we don't like speaking out against those who are doing things similar to us. I think that that's one of the keys as far as the sin, the evil tolerance, the things that we allow that we don't want to call out is simply because we're doing those things in many cases ourselves. And we need to stop. We need to remember that we have a holy God, and I'm not trying to bring legalism or anything like that into this discussion, into the church or whatever. But the fact that we are saved by the grace of God, as the Apostle Paul wrote, we should not use that as an occasion to the flesh. And unfortunately, especially in the modern church today, I think that that's exactly what we have done. And I think that that's one of the reasons why we see so much going on and within the church, why we see so many so-called churches teaching things that are outright contrary to clear biblical teachings. And again, we don't take the time to really push back the way that we should. And, there's a lot to this. There's more to this than I could really cover in one video. This is just something that I wanted to talk about, and that's why I'm here. In fact, I wrote an article about it on my website too, and I'm just going to show you a glimpse of it. If you want to go over to my website, you can find the link down below this video. And I just wrote an article to where I talk about it as well. Some of the things that just were on my mind, just like this video. And it's important for us to talk about because we have got to get back to the point that as Christians that we stand against a lot of the evil, against the evils that we see. And there again, for those of you, some of you that may be watching this or just stumbled across this video, the Christian is nothing more than a sinner saved by the grace of God. That's all we are. We are a sinful people, and by nature, and it is purely God's grace through faith in Jesus Christ that we have any hope. Outside of that, we have no hope, and that is the reality of existence. That's the reality of our world. That's the reality of everything that we live. And we make mistakes, we fall short even as Christians, but at the same time, we have an advocate with the Father, and that is Jesus Christ. And it is important for us, especially in this day and age. We need to be bold. We need to step out. We need to be willing to take the gospel to those around us. We need to be willing to engage with the culture, and we are going to get criticized. We are going to be hated on, as the Lord himself told us. They first hated him. They're going to hate us. That's that simple, but we cannot stop. Here in our country, in the United States of America, we do not suffer the same fate that Christians in other parts of the world do. There are parts of this world that someone that is a Christian, that's literally a death sentence for them. And, fortunately, we don't have to worry about that here. But if we allow evil, if we give evil the place, it will bring it to that point here. And I know as far as what's going to happen, we all know what the Bible teaches about that. But that does not mean that we are supposed to just sit around on our hands doing nothing. We have a responsibility, and part of that responsibility is to stand up, stand against the evils of this world, stand for the truth. And there again, you cannot stand for the truth if you do not know what that truth is, and that's why Bible study is so important. Pick up your Bible, read your Bible, And there again, study it. Take the time to study it. I know that's extremely hard for all of us, especially as busy as we all are in this world. I mean, it's nuts what people have to do these days, working multiple jobs on many occasions and all that. But it does not change our responsibility. I needed to get me a little sip of coffee. So we have got to be willing to stand up. We've got to be willing to do what's right. And I really think that we are at a time, especially with everything that's going on, I think that what we are seeing, more people are actually seeking God. I think that there's a lot of people that are asking questions. We've seen this with celebrities, and I think it can be a good thing. And I hope that there are more people that step out that actually look into the claims of Jesus Christ. Look into them. It's that simple. I know one of the recent things at the Grammys, as of the time I'm recording this video, many of you guys have, I'm sure, heard of Jelly Roll, and I know that he had got up onto the stage at the Grammys, and what he did there was basically he gave his testimony, and I thought that that was a good thing. I mean, it was a great thing. And since then, and we can say, there's a lot of people out there that can say what they want about what he has said, what he has done, especially at the Grammys, or about what he does, about how he looks, and the reality is he stepped up there on the stage, and I'm just going to show you an article. I'm just going to show you an article right here. You can see it here. Online searches for Jesus and God spike following Jelly Roll's powerful Grammy acceptance speech. And that is, again, this data comes from Google Trends. And, from what he did there, he made an impact simply by getting people to look up Jesus. And we've seen the same years ago from Tim Tebow. I thought that was another good thing, great thing that Tim did, simply putting John 3:16 on his face during the some of the football games he was playing, and you had people searching that up because they wanted to know what that was. And I'm sure that there was others that that there were many when they searched it up that it spoke to them, that it was something that it had an influence and an impact on their life. And that's a good thing, in my opinion. That is a great thing. We need to stand up. We need to stand for the truth. We need to be much more bold than what we currently are. And, be willing to share the gospel. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this channel. It's a very, very small channel. There's just a few of you guys out there right now, but who knows what the future holds. But guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Like the video, share the video, just take the URL, put it somewhere on your social media accounts, just push that URL out there, and it really does help the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. Check out all the links below, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and we'll see you next time.